You can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. We believe we've got a great one in store today. And when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Huskies offense will have the first possession of the game. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
It's such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Nowhere to run on now when he loses 4 on the carry.
Listen, guys, this is one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire country. Maybe they're trying to catch the defense napping by going goal line and running the football. Not a lot of success on that last play. Hey, bud, get back to doing what you do best. Throw the ball.
They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the big first down sack, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Fires on the move. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game, opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Quarterback on the keeper. Across the 25, he's got room. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
They'll put the tight end in motion. The play action fake. Caught, close to the marker, it's Freeman. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Good timing on the quick out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Smith wants to throw. Setting up the screen. Got room at the 35. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. A first down for the offense. He's going to pass. Makes his connection. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
What a great job using his speed to get to the quarterback. This linebacker would have started for those great Purple Rain defenses in the 80s under the legendary Washington Husky coach Don James. He would have loved to blitz this dude. So athletic from the linebacker position.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. And this one splits the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Through the end zone, it's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
And I think in today's era of college football, we get enamored with the jet sweep. It's exciting. You're getting this wide receiver involved in the run game, but sometimes it's just better to go old school and just run the football conventionally north-south.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Cano. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
Tackled after picking up the first down. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. Throws toward the end zone. He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown! Washington. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. This drive will open from the 15. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quick strike complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I think they tried to slip it to that tight end really quickly and get him the football and create some space and maybe try to make a play, but the defense said no. There is nowhere to go. Defense actually gets him for a loss.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
A loss of 6 yards on the play. Third down coming up.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Smith dropping to pass. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out.
All kinds of running room. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
They'll run the screen. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work, big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
Trying to slam in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husky.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They move the tight end all over. They'll leave it with him. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16. Auburn lines up quickly. Smith wants to throw. He's got an open man. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. After moving the sticks with the pass, here we are on 1st down. They're going to run it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quick release on the RPO.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Firing to the right, complete.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game. Those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Looking to throw for it. Finds the tight end. At the 45, on his way. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. Give to the running back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
To the ground with the back. Still running at the 40. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. And the Huskies are marching down the field. Running to the left. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Quarterback checking off. On 3rd down, going up top. He's moving out of the pocket. He's looking on the right side. Touchdown, Huskies! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Indiana is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Stanford. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. Smith dropping to pass. It's complete to the right. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy when he...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking to pass on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's got it. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
And the offense has found a lot of success throwing to this guy out of the slot. He's done a nice job working the middle of the field, winning his one-on-one matchups, and this quarterback really feels a good rhythm when he's looking his way.
Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
On third down, he drops to throw. Zings it complete to the right. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Good, right down the boulevard. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. He's looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Three yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Looking to move it through the air. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there on the Plains.
Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Smith wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
They'll throw it on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. Touchdown, Washington! And the stomping has commenced.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
28, Auburn, 6.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run play action. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Fires to the big fella.
You got to love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and some.
And the returner will be knocked down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He wants to go deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
I got to be honest, I thought this tight end was going to have a much bigger role in this game. They wanted to get him the football early and often, but after that drop here in the second half, he still doesn't have the catch.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll let it fly. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. The snap sets up the throw. Now adjusting. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
You try to catch him on balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends to the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. The big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Fast motion from the offense. On third and goal, they'll throw it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Touchdown, Huskies! And the beatdown has ensued. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Smith dropping to pass. Gets it out quickly. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw on 3rd. He finds his man. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you could do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Holds and fires complete to the right. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man,
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Quarterback checking the play. On second down, looking again to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Cano. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They're bringing heat. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss. Washington sends out the punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he makes the catch. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Smith wants to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
He'll pull it on the read. Kept it on the ground on third down. Picked up 5 yards, but it'll still be 4th and 1.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads or read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender. And they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. You do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So good luck stopping him.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Coming after it. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Unleashes one deep. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Dropping back, it's Flores. He's going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
He didn't get the big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
On 4th down, going to the air. He looks that one in nicely. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of the explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Touchdown, Auburn! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is strong that you're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. 1st down here for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Flores. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
And finally, you're seeing some life from the defense. They've been struggling all game long up to this point, but back-to-back sacks on 2 consecutive plays, they're at least still trying to fight back in this game.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. And the pass hits, picked off. At the 35, he's loose. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Wants to throw on first down. Fires on the move. Complete downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. Quick timeout called by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Tigers trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this is...
Can anyone catch him? And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Washington! That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. Back to throw, it's Flores. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
41, Auburn, 21.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner is stopped. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. Let's see what he can do with it.
The returner is brought down at the 36, and the Washington offense will take
Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. On the option. He'll pitch it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback will audible. Comes out throwing on first down. Unleashes it. Complete to the left. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Back to throw, it's Flores. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Flushed out of the pocket. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Bought a little time. Lets it go. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. And after this play, the cake will be baked. From the gun. Getting some heat. And as the ball goes to the turf, the clock has hit 0. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship.